What's up, people? Happy Thursday. IOBA. My name is TC. Hope y'all like my Canada coffee cup, my Calgary Flames sky piece. My wife and I went to Canada over the summer. Went out, out to Western Canada, out by the Rocky Mountains. That shit is beautiful. Wide open spaces. Anyway, I ran across this little store, and he had a bunch of them. I bought 3 or 4 caps from him. This is the Calgary Flames hockey team. I like that red and black. I dig that. Big old C on there. I could say it's part of my initials. You dig me? But, yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was this. Kamala Harris and her campaign, they've been accused of treating the black staffers like shit. According to a New York Times article. Now, this ain't coming off the top of my fucking head. So I'm listening to Professor Black Truth and them talk about it. And apparently, Kamala Harris she always been hard to work for. But to me, she's just like any other goddamn corporate Democrat who ain't gonna do nothing for black people. I mean, she said it her own self. She ain't gonna do shit for black people. It was like she didn't really care about getting that black vote like she should have. She was going after a whole new demographic. She was trying to convert suburban white women or some shit she was trying to do. But the campaign offices in some of the battleground cities, apparently they were dirty, didn't have no supplies, weren't placed in strategic locations. Some of the people working there had to go out on their own to do door knocking campaigns because they weren't given what they need. They weren't designed to really reach the black people. Because if you reach the black people, that means you might have to promise them something that they care about or that we care about. And heaven forbid they should fucking do that. So now it's coming out. And now people who was caping for Kamala is finding out that she really didn't give a shit about black people neither. Just like she said. What that lady name is? Angela Rye. Back when Kamala was running and we was putting her feet to the fire then, Angela Rye was one of them people that said people asking for something for their vote, we ain't nothing but a bunch of Russian bots. She was one of the people talking that shit. Now she mad because she find out we was right. Kamala Harris don't give a fuck about her or us or any of that. She care about that power. She crying on the internet about how badly they were being treated. Well, we'll try to tell you. She's a corporate Democrat. She's been told to listen to black people, nod your motherfucking head up and down, pull some hot sauce out your pocket, dance a little bit, play a little musical instrument. She's been told to listen to some Cardi B and bop your head. She's been told to, what else? Play hip-hop music wherever she go. And that's all she need to do to get enough black people. Oh, yeah, and claim to be black when I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Kamala Harris is 1/4 black at the most. And then we're going to put that to bed. 1/4 black at the most. And we're going to leave that alone. But she been told to do that. But she ain't been told to promise black people anything. And she ain't going to promise black people anything. Because that's the Democratic Party position. Benign neglect. That's how you treat black people. But when you do that, you lose fucking elections. But if the country was in that bad a shape that Donald Trump was going to totally and completely destroy the American way, then the Democrats would have came to us with something that we can use and a reason for them to vote for us, for them. Joe Biden, at least he got up there and told a lie. What that nigga say? What is it? Black people have my back, and I'll have your back. That's what Joe Biden said. Remember that shit? And then when he got in office, it was all about, we got to work with the Hispanics, and I can't do nothing without the Congress, and we gonna take a look at it, and nothing changed. The police still shooting everybody down with impunity. We still at the bottom rung of the totem pole. So they kind of on the bottom rung of the social strata right now. But Donald Trump threatening to sweep them out and not to drop us back down to where they think we belong. But anyway, all of that shit is going to happen and going to stay in place. And that's how the Democrats want it, just as much as the Republicans do. My thing was, because I voted for Kamala Harris, my thing was, I could not fuck with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a repugnant individual. I know he's fucking crazy. I know the people around him are oh my God, some of the insane people he is putting in powerful positions. I didn't want to see none of that happen. I didn't want to see Donald Trump back in Washington, D.C., let alone back in the goddamn White House. But there he sits. The miracle fucking president. There he sits. But you finding out now that Kamala Harris didn't give a shit about black people either. Not for real, because she wasn't really going after that black vote like she should have. Wasn't putting no money into getting that outreach, to black people. She really wasn't. Her whole thing was them white women, trying to get the white women. Hanging out with, Liz Cheney? I think that's who she was with. Liz Cheney. How the fuck you gonna hang out with Dick Cheney's daughter and people are supposed to trust you and believe you? Dick Cheney's daughter. Anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. I'll talk about that another time. But that's who Kamala Harris, I believe, had campaigning for her. Liz Cheney. So, yeah. Wasn't never going to be anything in it for us. And she proved that by this type of shit. And so now we got Donald Trump. And so now things about to get ugly for black people. And what we got to do is stop fucking arguing with each other. That shit getting on my nerves. You got to take it from a triple OG. You got to listen to everybody and you follow no fucking body. You follow the path of what makes sense, what's fair and what's righteous. That's what you do. You don't put anybody dick in the dirt who fighting this fight from a different angle than you. You dig me? What you got to do is this. You listen to a little bit of Umar, a little bit of Professor Black Truth, a little bit of me, a little bit... You dig me? A little bit of everybody. Afro Think Tank, some of the new guys. You know what I mean? What's that boy? Yeah, all of them. And what makes sense makes sense. What's true is true. What you can research and find out, everybody can. If something is bullshit, it's bullshit. But don't spend your fucking money there on any of that book, on any books or courses or shit like that if you don't want to. But it does cost money to run some of them big channels. And that's how they make their living sometimes. So if they got to sell something or they got to produce something, that's what they got to do. But if you're there for the information, then just get the fucking information. And what you can use, you keep. The rest you discard. What makes sense to you, you follow. And what doesn't make sense, you leave alone. But there are certain truisms out there. And one of them truisms is this. America is a fucking racist country. Believe me, it is. I've experienced personal racism, my damn self, hit many glass ceilings, and watched other people around me do it, not just in my state, but around the whole fucking country. It's always like that. It's always going to be like that until, wait a minute. Oh, it's always, I ain't said, wait a minute, I ain't said meteor strike in a long time. But that's what it's going to take to change the fucking current system. It just is. And in order to exist in it, you got to be smart. Or you got to move. Or you got to move. Another truism is this. Things are going to get real bad for black people when Donald Trump get in office. I heard a guy the other day, on a clip the other day, about a brother saying we need some black vigilantes. I'm going to say this. Them white folks listen to us. They watch everything that go up. They know about everybody's goddamn channel if you got more than, 10 or 15,000 subscribers. They know. So when you start talking that kind of stuff, just know white people paying attention to you. And make sure you don't wind up like Grandmaster Jay doing 30 years in federal prison. If you're gonna do something, you don't tell your enemy what you're gonna do. And you be very careful about who hear you say what you're gonna do, especially in this day and age, because you can't really hide shit. Not your digital footprint, you can't hide anyway. You gotta probably go straight analog to keep anything secret nowadays. So if you go and talk that kind of talk, be careful who hear you. Because I saw Jimmy Dore. I don't know if a lot of people know who he is, but he got a big channel, over 1 million subscribers. He claimed to be a left-winger, but he really a racist piece of shit. Talking about the brother that was speaking on being a black vigilante over that Daniel Penny murder of Jordan Neely. Because everybody is making Daniel Penny into a hero, a vigilante hero. The brother was saying maybe we need some of that. And maybe we do. But you don't broadcast it like that. Maybe we do. I'm almost certain we do. Quiet is kept. But maybe we do. But you don't broadcast it like that. You keep shit under wraps. You don't let your enemy know what you about to do. Find another way to get your message out there. Because you don't want to end up like Grandmaster Jay in the crosshairs of the FBI. Motherfuckers following you around, setting traps for you, all of that. You dig me? Okay. I hope so. Because it's serious. It's very serious. Next 4 years going to be a bitch. Yeah. So Kamala Harris is not who you think she is. She not. Her campaign isn't what you thought it was. It was just a better choice for me than to have Donald Trump and Project 2025 or whatever the fuck back in power. But now that they are in power, that's what I got to deal with. All right? Y'all have a good rest of y'all Thursday. Thanks for coming by and listening to me talk my shit. Y'all hit the subscribe button. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.